Hello, everyone. How are you? Here, let you know what happened at NXT for November the 14th, 2023. The opening match was for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Adrian Chase, Duke Hudson, alongside Thea Hill, Jace Jade, defended against the former champions Tony the Don, Mafia Guy, and Top Stacks. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. Man, Duke Hudson hit a running shoulder tackle to Top Stacks. Then he went to do one at Tony, and Tony intercepted with a shoulder tackle of his own, just leveled Duke Hudson. Adrian Chase suffered a double team atomic drop punch combo, suffered a double team back body drop. He got isolated, worked on. He finally got away, tagged in Duke Hudson, who got in, just clothesline Top Stacks to the outside. Picked up Tony like he was nothing and tossed his ass up in the air and just slammed him coming down. Adrian Chase tagged back in, delivered a top rope cross body on Tony. Almost won kept the titles there, but Tony kicked out in the nick of time. Then as he started doing the Chase U stumps, like the Randy Orton stumps, he noticed that amongst the fans, his students were leaving because there's a big scandal going on now, apparently, of what was in the envelope, which only him and Jason J know what was in it. He got distracted. Duke Hudson saw Tony make the tag, but instead of telling Chase, hey, the tag was made, he just went after the wrong guy outside the ring, Top Stacks. They sent Duke into the steel steps to take care of him. Then they deliver the double team flapjack on Chase for the 1-2-3. New tag team champions Tony the Don and Top Stacks. The Mafia boys got the belts back. And as they were leaving, JC Jade and all them, like Thea Hill and Duke Hudson, were like, oh man, we lost. Then Adrian Chase was leaving the arena upset. And Duke Hudson and Thea Hill was nowhere to be found. And Jason Jade showed up in her car and told them get in. And they left. So, still kind of curious what's going on there. I still think you're going to find out Adrian Chase has feelings for Thea Hill, I think. And you're going to find out Duke Hudson has feelings for her too. Probably to split up Chase University is what I think it's going with. Next up, Lita chose Roxanne Perez, Last Legend, a metaphor, who she think was worthy of opportunity to qualify for Deadline's Scramble match to go on to Stand and Deliver next year, their version of WrestleMania, for a women's title match. Okay. Not a great match at all. Roxanne Perez did the best she could against Last Legend, but it's Last Legend. Right? She had Metaphor ringside. Jackson tripped her. Referee sent Metaphor to the back. Last Legend delivered 2 body slams, elbow across the back, went for a big boot. Roxanne did a barrel roll to move out of the way. They had a series of clotheslines, drop kick to the leg, enziguri kick. Then she did kind of like a cool sunset flip face slam. But then she ran, and Last Legend picked her up and applied a Lex Luger style torture rack. Then she stopped doing it for some reason. Stood there for like 5 minutes for Roxanne to DDT her. Then as Roxanne went to cover her, Jackson appeared, Metaphor, caused a distraction, and that allowed Last Legend hit a running knee to the face to Roxanne to pick up the win. Last Legend qualifies for Honest Survivor. Oh my god. I tell you right now, I don't know who else is going to fill the 5 winning, but she's probably going to be one getting the most pins and submissions on her. Like, the other women's going to have no problem getting points off of Last Legend. Next up was the other Honest Survivor qualifying match. Lita chose Trick Williams alongside Camilo Hayes and Joe Coffey of Gallus with Wolfgang and Mike Coffey ringside. Before the match, Trick asked Carmelo to come out to the ring. He said, I know you weren't the one to attack me. Trick's Carmelo Hayes said, no, I did a lie detector test. And everybody's like, what lie detector? So yeah, and I passed. Still teasing that he may have been the one to attack Trick a few weeks ago. They shook hands, and then Gallus came out to start the matchup. Good match. I enjoyed this one. Man, Joe came out of a corner of a shoulder tackle, knocking Trick into the opposite corner. Then he had a running clothesline floor and Trick down. They kept Trick grounded. So every time Trick started getting some offense going, like a knee to the face strike or running clotheslines, Joe Coffey would be right there like a backbreaker out of the corner. Or a running clothesline or a big boot to the face to keep Trick grounded. Apart armbar submission holds. Trick kept fighting back again. He had a jump-up neck breaker. That was nice. Awesome to see that. Then he hit 2 clotheslines in a row and hit a rock bottom. Joe Coffey kicked out. Suddenly, Mike Coffey went to get involved. Carmelo Hayes took care of him, pulled him off the ring apron. Wolfgang got involved. Carmelo Hayes ran to pull him off the ring apron, but he was struggling to. As he finally went to pull him off, Trick went to clothesline Wolfgang off the ring apron. Trick ended up falling outside the ring, almost lost my count out. He finally got in like a count of 9 or something like that. Then Trick won it with a jump-up knee to the face for the win. Trick Williams is now in the scramble match alongside Dijak. After the match, Carmelo Hayes apologized for almost cost him the match, but count out. Trick's like, we got this. Then it went to backstage where it showed Baron Corbin talking to Lexis King. He had a main event match, Corbin did against Wes Lee. And Lexis King admitted that he was the one to attack Trick. But the way he said it, like Corbin said, how'd you do it, Trick? Lexis King's like, I can't tell you how I did it. Maybe I did it. Maybe I didn't do it. See, she still looks like maybe it was Carmelo Hayes that attacked Trick backstage, but it looks like Lexis King maybe take credit for something he didn't do. Next up was OTM Out of the Mud with Ridgey. Took on the Braun Brutes, Pete Dunne and Ridge Holden. Pete Dunne got his ass kicked. Like, he did do a top rope stomp across the arm of Price, but Lucien just big boot his ass down, picked him up, bicycle, kicked him down. Him and Price distracted the referee so Ridgey could do a drive-by kick on Pete Dunne, and then deliver a double-team clothesline combo on him. Finally, Pete Dunne got away, tagged in Ridge Holden, got in, cleaned house. Then the Braun Brutes did for the stereo beat to the Bowery on OTM, and they delivered a double team move on Lucien for the 1-2-3. So the Braun Brutes picked up the win. It was a fast match. Nothing really exciting happened. Gingy was backstage in the women's locker room, and she was talking about how she would have to been chosen by Lita to participate in the on-in Survivor qualifying matches, but she said, well, maybe Jerry the King Lawler or JBL, Shawn Michaels may choose me. Grace, I don't know why Shawn Michaels hired her out of the Breakout Star Tournament. She's now part of the roster. She said, I should have been chosen. So Gingy said, well, how about we go to the ring and we settle this? Match started. Gingy kicked her ass. It was over in like 3 minutes. Gingy won, walked away. And then Grace was like, thank you for the match. Like, you lost, but you're going to say thank you for the match. And like, she waved to the fans. Come find out, she's the daughter of Santino Marella, so that makes absolutely perfect sense because she's terrible. She's terrible acting and she's terrible in the ring. Like, she got a couple of slaps and chops in and they look so weak, it was pathetic. It won't surprise me, she'll probably pull out a Cobra snake puppet, hand puppet like her father does. The main event was Wes Lee against Baron Corbin. Awesome main event. During Corbin's entrance, Wes Lee was like moonwalking on the middle rope. That was awesome. Bell rang. Wes Lee started hitting body shots back at Corbin in the corner and started punching away at him. One right hand from Corbin, Wes Lee went down. Corbin picked him up, backbreaker, tossed him outside the ring. Wes Lee started fighting at him, sent him into the barricade. Wes Lee ran back to the ring, went to dive through the ropes. Corbin caught him, deep 6 on the outside. Corbin tossed his ass back in, got a 2.5 count. Lashley hit a hurricane off the middle rope, then had a top rope crossbody. Corbin at one point Irish whipped him into a clothesline. That was awesome. Then he started delivering ground pound at forearm smashes. Then he Irish whipped him in the corner. Then he started delivering like elbow shots across the back on top of the head of Wes Lee. Wes Lee started fighting back, hit a series of kicks, like enziguri kicks, knee strikes, kicks to the face, knees to the face. He had a top rope move, which knocked down Corbin. Corbin went up on the top rope. He hardly never does that. And Wes Lee had an enziguri kick, knocking Corbin to the outside. Wes Lee then dove over the ropes, knocked down Corbin. Out of nowhere, Dominic Mysterio showed up because, if you remember last week, Wes Lee told Dominic that he's coming after his North American Championship. So Dominic took the hit. Wesley started beating up on Dominic. Lost focus. Turned around. The referee was counting to 8. Slid in the ring into an end of days from Baron Corbin for the 1-2-3. Then after the match, Wesley chased Dominic to the back as he was pissed off because he lost because of Dominic, basically. Dragunov came out. Ran right after Corbin. German suplexed him. Backed up the corner. Went to do that running uppercut out of the corner. Or that running grounded forearm smash. Corbin hit the end of days. Held up the NXT World Championship. Then dropped it beside Dragunov and he left. Dragunov got a hold of a mic. He said, December, deadline. He said, you want a shot at me for the title? You got it. And Dragunov said, but I'm going to let you know, Corbin, your ass is mine, bitch. And that's how the NXT ended. Loved it. Next week announced Eddie Thorpe is going to face Charlie Dempsey. This was set up from a backstage segment. There was a segment backstage where all the tag teams would talk about who's going to be next in line to face Tony the Don Top Stacks. Now, the team of Brooks and Briggs were there, and Brooks asked Briggs, hey, we're going to be next in line, right? Briggs was on his cell phone talking to someone and didn't pay no attention to this. They're going to split this team up again. They always did that with the Daisy Duke, Cade and James segment earlier this year. It didn't go nowhere. Why are they doing it now again? I like these guys as a tag team. Anyways, the other tag team started arguing. And the tag team of Doofus and Malachi told Roberto and Garza that they shouldn't even be on NXT. They should go back to SmackDown, Raw, wherever they were. And that leads to a match between those two next week. Chad Gable, Maxine Dupree, Otis, and Kara Tozawa was invited by Noam Dar for a Supernova Session segment. Noam Dar had his Heritage Cup in a case, all chain, padlocked tight. And he's talking how he beat Kara Tozawa last week. And he said that nobody in Alpha Academy could defeat me. Otis started talking like he was going to challenge Noam Dar. And Maxime, how about you fight a former Raw, former SmackDown Tag Team Champion, former NXT Tag Team Champion? And Noam Dar was still thinking she was talking about Otis. He said, I could beat Otis any day of the week. Then when she said former Olympian that participated in the Olympics, Noam Dar's jaw dropped. It's Chad Gable she was talking about. Chad Gable next week's going to face Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup. That's going to be one hell of a match. Ali Valkyrie had a Warriors tea segment with Xia Li where they sat down, had tea, I guess. It was stupid. And Ali Valkyrie refused to drink the tea because she thought Xia Li may have spiked it with something. Next week, they're going to face off for the NXT Women's Championship. So Xia Li has won like 4 matches out of the whole year. And she finally gets a title shot for that championship, which she wanted when Becky was champion. When she finally gets it against Ali Valkyrie next week. And next week, JBL's turn to select who he thinks deserves a chance to qualify to go on to the Arden Survivor Challenge to earn a shot at the World or Women's Championship. I am curious which 4 superstars he's going to select. Also, there was a backstage segment where, who was it? Joe Gacy had a segment. I muted it because when he talks, I start falling asleep. So I muted that. I apologize. I don't even know what he was saying. Checking here. Dijak confronted Braun Breaker backstage and said that he hopes Braun Breaker gets selected by one of the Hall of Famers to qualify. And Braun Breaker's like, you want me in Arden Survivor in the Scramble match? Dijak said, yeah, because I never faced you one-on-one. Now I know I could beat you for some points. There you have it, folks. Next week, it looks like it's going to be action-packed. You got the NXT Women's Championship. You got the Heritage Cup title on the line. You got a tag match, a singles match booked. That's 4. And you got the 2 Arden Survivor qualifying matches, which JBL will select between now and next Tuesday, which, by the way, NXT was taped after this show went off the air because Shawn Michaels treated all the superstars of NXT for a week off to spend Thanksgiving with their friends and family. That was nice of Shawn Michaels to do that. Because usually WWE doesn't do that for Thanksgiving, so Shawn Michaels made that announcement saying he believes that the roster has earned enough, respecting that. I've done an amazing job performing for the fans that they deserve to spend Thanksgiving the whole week with the loved ones. So NXT next week will be taped from this week. There you have it, folks. Let me know below what you thought of NXT. What was your favorite matches, your least favorite matches? Who do you think attacked Trick? Was it Carmelo Hayes or was it Lexis King? Was it both of them, maybe? Maybe they're going to form a tag team. I just thought of that. That might be interesting. And what is it that Adrian Chase and JCJ know that Duke Hudson and Thea Hill doesn't know about what was in that envelope? Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.